Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making a chocolate cake. I've got 4 eggs to start off with, and we want to separate the egg. So I want the egg white into one, which we'll do that later on, and the egg yolks into another. So put away the egg yolks for now, sorry, the whites for now. We'll use that right at the end. So into my 4 egg yolks I have got 2 cups of sugar. That's 1, 2 cups of sugar. Just give them a nice whip. Okay. And into that I've got 125 grams of butter in room temperature. Half a cup of cooking oil, like vegetable oil. I'm using sunflower oil. That's like half a cup. And half a cup of milk. Right, go ahead now and just whisk this really nicely. But you want to put them through a sieve. So I've got a teaspoon of salt, I've got 1 packet of vanilla, I have got 2 packets of baking powder, or 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And then I've got bicarbonate of soda, packet of bicarbonate of soda. Then I want, this is cocoa powder, so I want 3 heaped tablespoons of cocoa powder. Right, let's sieve that before we add the flour in. Okay, the only thing I was left with was the salt, so I've just tipped the salt in, so perhaps don't sieve the salt. Give that a little mix, and then we're going to start adding our flour into it as well. Okay, so we'll do 4 of these. This is 3. And then we'll do 1 more. And this is 4. So 4 cups of flour sieved as well. Sieve that in and give it a good mix. Mix it all in. Okay, you might think it's too tough, but don't worry, because we're going to wet it now. So you want 2 heaped teaspoons of coffee, whatever coffee you'd like. So I've got 2 heaped spoons of coffee, into which you're going to pour hot boiling water. And go ahead and give that a good stir now. So keep stirring it up. Look how lovely that looks. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Right, so once you've got to that stage, look at that, lovely. Now we want to get our 4 egg whites and beat that up, and then we're going to be folding that into it as well. So put that aside, and let me get my egg yolk egg whites. So now we'll leave our mixture aside and get your 4 egg whites that separated and give them a good whisk. So keep whisking them up. I'm sure we've got some air bubbles in there, so I'm now just going to add that in, and we're just going to fold it. So you don't want to mix it, you just want to fold this in. Like I said, just keep folding it in like this. Okay, that's all you're doing, you're just folding it in. Right, keep folding your mixture in like so. So there we are, that's our mixture all been folded in, just using these movements like so. Okay, so that's our mixture ready to be putting it into our tin. Okay, so I've just greased some greaseproof paper at the bottom and on the sides, and then put butter on top as well. Before I pour my mixture in, I want to put some into cupcakes as well, so I'm just going to do a couple of cupcakes like that as well. No need to fill them up too high. So I'll do my cupcakes first. Okay, just before I put my mixture in, just sprinkle a little bit of flour or cocoa powder into your tin. That's fine. No need to fill them up too much. And now we're going to pour this. Now if you've got 2 tins, that's ideal to put them into 2 tins. Go from there. Look at that, lovely. And then you want to preheat your oven and cook this for about half hour, 40 minutes. If you've got them 2 tins, then I would say about half hour. If it's a large tin, then you might need to leave it a bit longer. The best way after half hour, just get a cocktail stick or a knife and just pierce it right in the middle. If it comes out clean, then you know that it's cooked. Just before you put it in the oven. Delicious. Just give it a little tap for it all to be straightened. Right, now into preheated oven, 180 degrees until it's cooked. Okay, oven's ready, in they go. On a medium shelf. Okay guys, it's now been half an hour. Let's take a look. The cupcakes are obviously done. I don't think the cake would be just yet. It's just, oops. Right. Like I said, all you would need to do is poke it, and if it comes out clean, then you know they're done. So the cupcakes are done. Just need to take, right, this, let me see, it's not wobbly, right in the middle, and it's a little bit wet, just a tiny bit, so another 5-10 minutes. So we're going to put this back in there for another 5-10 minutes. I wouldn't really open the oven less than half an hour. Leave it on for half an hour before you open it. Right, we'll leave it for another 5-10 minutes and then I'll come back. Clean knife right in the centre, comes out clean, then you know it's done. So now we want to just release it around the edges, open it up and let it take it out on a cooling rack, let it sit for a little while. That's just the flour that we had. Just going to leave that to cool down a bit. While we wait for our cakes to cool down, I've got some cream, 200 ml of cream here. I'm just going to use, and I also chopped up some milk chocolate. You can use dark chocolate if you want. Just going to put that in a bowl and melt it away in the microwave. Just do it 10 seconds at a time and then mix it, put it back in. That's one way of doing it. Or you could have a saucepan with water and then put your ball on top of the water. As that's boiling, you dissolving your chocolate that way. But I'm going to do mine in the microwave, and then I'm going to empty my cream in a bowl. It's still got lumps in it, but you don't want to burn it. So you take it out and just keep on mixing it up, and those lumps will melt as you're mixing them. Okay, so you've still got lumps in them, but just keep mixing it, and then those lumps will go. Heaped spoon of Nutella. Put that in as well. Give that all nice mixed together. So the whole lot now is going to go into our cream. And then once you've got it mixed up really well like that, you want to put this now into our fridge and let it sit in the fridge for about half hour. So place it in the fridge for half an hour and let that settle down. Okay, while that's in the fridge, what we want to do is try and cut our cake into two. So I want to go right in the middle. So that's our cake, and we want to just go in the middle. Like I said, if you've got two tins, it's a lot easier. But just going to go ahead, try and cut it in the middle to divide it. Just going to take it onto my serving dish. And then we're going to have that on top. Okay, for the inside in the middle, I'm going to use the ready like creams for the cakes they use. Now you can either do buttercream or the ganache that we just made. You can put what other fillings you like, or you can do ice and sugar, the whole packet, and then into it you want to put 1.5 cups of cold milk. And give that a good mix. So just keep mixing that up until it becomes a thick cream. So after 2-3 minutes of mixing it up, you've got a nice thick cream like this to use, just quick and easy. Oops. So if you want to put it away in the fridge for 5 minutes, it would even be more solid, but that's good enough. So now what I want to do is just dollop some in the middle. You don't want to go to the ends too much, because once you put that other top layer, and then once we do that, like I said, my cake is still hot, but then you want to try and put this on top of your cake. Whoops. Okay, I've been tasting the chocolate. It's really soft, full of flavour, very rich in flavour, very soft, very tasty. I've just cut these up in half as well and put some of that cream inside. Like I said, you can fill it up with whatever cream you'd like. Even Nutella would be great. Then we get our mixture out the fridge. It don't really matter. Like I said, if you want this, you can whisk it up and it will come out thicker. But all I'm after is the taste. As long as I've got the taste, that's fine. So there's the cream, there's the chocolate, and there's a tablespoon of Nutella in here as well. So go ahead and just put that all over your cake, cover it up. I used to have all the equipment and everything. I used to make cakes. I don't anymore, but I've got some friends round for dinner tonight and they've asked me to make them a chocolate cake. So I thought, yes, okay. So here we are, a lovely chocolate cake. As long as it tastes great, and that's all you're after, guys. Okay, obviously if you're going to make it professionally, like I used to make birthday cakes, then yeah, you want to be more careful and get it more looking nicely. But like this, I'm not bothered. So I'm going to be eating on the end. And I don't have half of my equipment here, most of which I've given away anyway, but don't worry about your plate getting dirty, just give it a wipe on the end. So I'm just going to go around and cover it all up, and then I'll come back.